So I've been thinking about my philosophy, and how can you boil it down? And I have a worldview. You know, the religions have the worldview, the spiritualists. And they got mottos. And the mottos wrap up their philosophy. Even if philosophy is diverse as Christianity, they manage to wrap that up. And Jesus died for your sins. And there's all these other things attached, but that's later on. Somehow it's all wrapped up. And spiritualists trying to attain a tranquility, just like skepticism talks of. But why don't we have any mottos? They've got live in the now. They've got face your primal fear. Why can't I have a motto? Because I can't say live in the now because some people need to live in the future. Activists. I know activists. Yeah, they suffer from living in the future often. You could say live in the now, but if they did that, then what will we do? God bless them. God bless that they live for the future. You know, I don't know. Don't face your primal fear. Maybe it's too fearsome. Maybe just cage it or put it in a forest somewhere. I really. There always has to be a balance. How can I have a motto when any motto has to have a balancing motto? Well, I don't know, but I guess the question and the way I pose it makes the issue uh, about balance. So that's my motto. I'm for balance, but no, I'm not. It's not exactly for balance. I mean, there's a problem with balance, right? The problem with balance is balance implies zero-sum games. So how do you get a yield? How do you gain? That could be a problem with balance because you artificially set up the balance, and if you limit your scope of view to the domain you have balanced, then you'll be very limited. You can get artificial balances, and in a way, all balances are artificial because how can you really weigh things? Weigh things in which reference frame? Right? But see, that's okay because when you study balance and seek balance, then you see the things that are out of balance. And some of these imbalances are profitable, right? All the capitalists in the audience go, yes. You find there's too many bikes in Spokane and not enough bikes in Washington, in Seattle, and there you go. You find you can ship them at a profit, boom. You seek these imbalances and you try to correct these imbalances is not a bad thing. That could be a good thing. So hey, so it still works out to seek the balance. You know, when you seek a balance, you're just regularizing some domain. You know, you can put the origin point of the solar system of the universe wherever you want. If you put it on Earth, fine. It's just really complicated figuring out where the planets are going. You put it in the middle of the sun, it gets a lot easier to calculate where the planets are going. You know. That's a balancing point, you see. That's analogous to a balancing point. I always believe in seeking to see some sort of a balance. How a person acts, you know, that depends on a lot of personal things. My philosophy, my worldview that I advocate is about a lot of tools and criteria and where to apply criteria and what kind of criteria. But there's like a configuration space to it. You're supposed to configure it yourself. You're supposed to put your appetites into it, your likes and dislikes. You're supposed to put your heuristics, the rules of thumb you don't want to let go of. You're supposed to put them in it. And it's supposed to help you deal with the fact that heuristics are dangerous. It's supposed to help you deal with the fact that you need good principles, but principles are dangerous. So where is the motto? I guess perhaps it is in balance. It is in balance. Have you ever noticed how I've been talking to various people about this lately, and I'm surprised to say nobody has really noticed this, but I'm quite sure that I used to think you grew softer with age. But what it was is I had known some people that were kind of hard-edged when they were younger, and they'd gotten softer with age. But people that are soft when they're younger, they get harder with age. Okay, balance is natural. That's natural because a soft person gets the feedback you should be harder, you're getting taken advantage of, and a hard person gets the feedback you should be softer, you're being an asshole. Or you should be softer, people are giving you too much flack in reverse, it's getting counterproductive. Whatever it is, the feedback tends to always be an equal and opposite reaction. Yeah, balance. And balance in nature is the law of conservation. You know, that's balance. The law of conservation is what what leads to balance. And relativism. Relativism is a wonderful discovery in terms of seeking balance. Why? Because if there was a center to the universe, a known particular center, the universe would always be out of balance. Okay? And in a sense, it is always out of balance because we're at the center of our universe, and our everything is not evenly distributed around us. And we're not the center is not the balance fulcrum necessarily. Okay. But since there is no center and we're all the centers, that creates a kind of balance. You see how that's an equaling balance of the universe. The fact that you can't tell where the actual center is creates a sort of essence of balance that all places can be the center. And with all of these centers, then there's a balance. Now, in terms of when you take a particular center and you're not at the fulcrum, again, I can't advise, seek the center. But that's the skeptical advice, is that we're studying this so that we can find our centers, the centers that fit certain domains, where we can sit and have our particular perspective that is balanced about what we're doing or what is around us. So I don't see a motto in that.